Alrighty, welcome back. We're going to do some compositions of trig values today. You'll need your unit circle out as well, so just be sure you got that ready to go. Going to do 6 problems here. A couple will be very brief and others not so much. Don't really know what's going on over here, but whatever. All right, on number 1. Oh, all right. Maybe not. On number 1, the first thing, let me back up for a second. We got to recall our SOHCAHTOA stuff because that's going to be important today. Also, we got to remember that cosecant, secant, and cotangent go along with those. Remember that it's just flipped. So this one's hypotenuse over opposite, hypotenuse over adjacent, and opposite over adjacent. Adjacent over opposite, rather. Sorry. Anywho, so that's important to know. When we're doing compositions, we always work inside out. So, like a onion, an ogre, a cake, ha ha ha. We're gonna work inside out. First thing is that I got to remember where the inverse of sine is defined. So inverse of sine is defined on these two quadrants. So that means that it's either up here or it's down here. Now, since it's 5 over 7, that means it's got to be positive, so it's up there. Okay. So since sine is 5 over 7, that means this guy is 5, and that is 7. If I want to figure out what this last side is, Pythagorean theorem, right? So 49 minus 25, that gives me the square root of 24, which is 2 root 6. So this guy is 2 root 6. Secant is hypotenuse over adjacent, so hypotenuse over in relation to theta, my adjacent, so 7 over 2 root 6. Okay. Number 2 kind of works the same way. We know that secant is defined in the top two from 0 to pi. So that means on my quadrants here that my triangle has got to be over here because it's negative. Okay? And so secant is negative 3 over 2. That means cosine is negative 2 over 3. So my hypotenuse is 3, and my x value, or my adjacent, is negative 2. Do a little Pythagorean theorem, and that would mean this is square root of 5. Sorry about my little dashies. I'm excited today. Anywho, so then I want to find, good grief. I want to find cotangent of this same angle. So cotangent of this same angle is going to, there we go. Cotangent of this same angle is going to be, sorry, I lost my train of, this thing is tripping out. What the heck? Anyway, cotangent is going to be negative 2 over square root of 5. Alrighty. So that's that, because it's our negative 2, it's our adjacent over our opposite, negative 2 over root 5. Okay? I had the kids do number 3 in class, so I'm just going to tell you the answer. So maybe this is one you can try with yourself with square root of 26 over negative 5. Okay? Then on number 4 and 5, things get a little different. Now the inverse is on the outside. So that tells us where to draw the triangle. So negative pi over 6, if we think about on our unit circle here, negative pi over 6 is down here. So negative pi over 6 is there. That ordered pair at negative pi over 6 is negative or positive square root of 3 over 2, comma, negative 1/2. So then, I'm struggling. So that tells me that this is square root of 3. This is 2, and that's negative 1. So I want to find secant. I want to find secant of 2 over root 3. So secant of 2 over root 3. In other words, when is cosine root 3 over 2? Well, cosine is root 3 over 2 at this part right here, and that's pi over 6. So that's our answer, pi over 6. Anytime you got this negative 1 thing on the outside, we're looking for theta. It's either going to be in degrees or in radians. All right. Sorry about all my technical difficulties today. Number 5 kind of works the same way as that one. So sine of 4 pi over 3, 4 pi over 3 is down here. And we got our values. Okay. So then sine of negative square root of 3 over 2. So sine of negative square root of 3 over 2. That's going to be at negative pi over 3. And that's just a matter of finding on our unit circle and just kind of figuring out where sine is negative square root of 3 over 2. And yes, on our unit circle, it's down here at 5 pi over 3. But remember, sine is only defined, the inverse of sine is only defined from negative pi over 2 to positive pi over 2. So it's got to be down here, okay, at negative pi over 2. And then the last one, number 6. This one is just kind of like the other ones. We're not trying to figure out what the angle is or what the radian is. So we draw our little, I'm so sorry. Our triangle is down here for cosecant because once again, it's defined on these sides and it's negative. So that means that my hypotenuse is square root of 5, which means my y value is negative 2. So that means my x value is positive 1. I want secant, which is hypotenuse over adjacent. So adjacent to this guy would be square root of 5 over 1, or just square root of 5. I know that was quick. Go back over it again. The biggest thing is finding the area on a unit circle and just being able to do that. You'll have time tomorrow to work on this in class. Good luck. See you later.